Let's talk about it. Epstein files.
Savvy, let him know.
Hey, it's Trey. Turn it up.
Wavy, ooh, yeah, ah. Wavy, ooh, yeah, ah. Wavy, ooh, ah, yeah. Wavy, ooh, yeah, ah. Wavy.
What's good, Savvy Crew? I'm coming back with another video. And on this one, we're going to be talking about the Epstein files. Now, I wasn't going to do it. I was not going to do it. But I got to do it because I said in one of my old videos, well, first off, I'm going to do it because, of course, I'm a YouTuber, so I got to react to what other people is reacting to. But I mean, I don't have to, but you know what I'm saying? It's, you know what I'm saying? So, and then secondly, oh, shit. I can't see if it stopped. It's a mirror right there. In my last video, I'm trying a new setup where I got the phone turned around and my camera be stopping a lot. But I can see when it stopped a little bit, I guess. But anyways, the second reason is because I seen this video though. So yeah, man, we gonna jump straight into it, man. Let's get it. But oh, I don't know. I forgot what I was saying though, because I got distracted. But yeah, man, I wasn't gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it because I said in one of my last videos that I'm trying to think of what video it was. Oh, the well, it's called Swarm Control. How to elite control us. In that video, I said they'll probably because okay, so Donald Trump is probably making it because he said it plenty of times out of his own mouth. He's making it to where he's going to be the last president. It's going to be like a fake AI person or something like that. Go watch that video, please. I'll put the link in the description. I'm trying to get better at doing that too and remembering that. But I'll put the link in the description for that video. But please go watch that because I talk about this and the Epstein files and what they really could be used for. Okay, so we know that they push these psyops and these fake staged events, and what they say it's for, it's not really what it's actually for. So let's use the internet for example. The internet was getting pushed, but the internet was actually used as a weapon. It was created as a weapon by DARPA, okay? So now we're using it and using social media and all that shit. People don't think that it's being used as a weapon against them, but little do you know, it is. It's being used as a weapon against you as well. You feel me? So short, little touch on that, but let's go ahead and hop into this video because the Epstein files. Let me scroll down so you can see the what it's talking about. Shout out to Truth is Stranger Than Fiction, but it's called Digitized Wide Shut, or the Epstein files, a psyop to bring in AI governance. Now we know that's Trump said that we won't have to vote anymore. This is the last time we gonna have to vote type shit. So yeah, it's something going on. And the Epstein files, y'all, if you should have knew that they was not going to drop that shit. I've been saying this since the Epstein files was getting talked about, since it became a thing back in 2018, 19, whenever the fuck it came out, 2020, whenever it came out. But I've been saying this. They is not going to release the Epstein files, bro. They not going to. It's too many high political, powerful people in there. Not even political people, just celebrities, just people in general that is powerful or that you know what I'm saying, that got some type of power over the mass majority of people type shit. It's too many of them. And that the whole rabbit hole would be blown open. You feel me? It's gonna be a big ass gate. And you ain't gonna have to crawl through them tunnels no more. You feel me? You ain't gonna have to dig dig them little tunnels no more and find information. The whole rabbit hole gonna be blown open. You feel me? So they not gonna release their files, and if they do, they gonna definitely highly edit that shit like everything else in this world. Been highly edited and doctored up and shit. You feel me? From religion to whatever you name. You feel me? Name it. Put it in the comments. Whatever. And I bet you I'll tell you that motherfucker getting tampered with some way somehow. You feel me? They did something to it. You feel me? So let's just get into this video though. Oh, wait. I forgot. Hold on. I forgot. Cause I gotta change my sound settings real quick. Put it on boom and boom. All right, let go. Is something wrong? I still can't hear it. Whoa, what's going on? I still can't hear it. Can y'all hear it? I think I know what I gotta do. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna have to stop this recording real quick and bring it back up. And hopefully, let me see if it'll play. Whoa. What's going on? I ain't getting no volume, y'all. Hold on. Technical difficulty. I ain't getting no volume. Alright, so, oh shit. My shit is tweaking right now. I don't know what's going on. Oh. Slow ass, man, my slow ass. I had the tab muted up in the top. I muted the tab. Okay. All right, let's get to it though. I don't know. I'm gonna edit some of it so it don't make it as long, but I'm gonna keep this in here though. Like I said, I'm keeping all my shit. You feel me? Because I ain't gonna edit it and try to make everything seem. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You feel me? This ain't no TV show. I mean, it's a show, but it ain't no TV show. So I'm not gonna do all that fancy ass editing and shit like that. I'm sorry, but if you rock with me, you're gonna rock with me either way.
I've got one that can sing.
What is going on? Man, it's been kind of a weird week. I'm not really sure. I've been working on some different things, and I was adamant that I was not going to talk about Epstein files, and I guess I'm caving because that's all anyone's really talking about. And then today I was thinking about it, going like, yeah, the fact that it is like the number one thing all over again, and Trump signing a bill to like release. I mean, the whole thing is.
Y'all gotta realize when something is widely pushed, like the Epstein files, when something is widely pushed like the 9/11 attack, when something is widely pushed, like what is that called? What is that called? Emmett Till. I wasn't gonna say that, but I'm gonna say Emmett Till. When something is pushed like that and all over the news, all over the media, all over social media, because it's still a type of form of media. It's just a social one where everybody in the world can use it, like YouTube. It's used. It's sort of like the new TV now. It's used. It's. Listen. This is how they trick us, right? So at first they make it seem like it's something that only you have. You like it's something hard to do and get into. You feel me? It's so you have to know somebody type shit. Like okay, let's use rap for an example. Like rapping back in the old days, it was much harder to get on then than it is now. You feel me? And it's still hard to get on now because it's so easy to get on now that it's oversaturated. You feel me? So it's so many rappers and musicians making music and putting it out there that you now have to kind of compete more. No kinda, you do have to compete more to even get your shit heard. So it's harder, but it's easier. Back then it was easier, but it was harder because it was easier because I mean it wasn't that many people making music, and the ones that was making music you definitely wasn't gonna get heard unless you had a record deal, you was pushed by the label, you feel me, by the company. So, but it was harder to get on because you had to know somebody that knows somebody type shit. But now you feel me, it's easier because it's easier to get on, but it's harder to get heard. Back then it was easier to get heard but harder to get on type shit. So when they push, when they come out with something, and they make even football, for example, sports, when they come out with something, they make it seem like what I'm saying it's hard. It's something that a regular person can't or won't really be able to accomplish. And then later on down the line, we end up all getting it. You feel me? So like let's say computers, phones, and all that other shit. It was first made for the rich people. Everything that get made first is for the rich, and then it gets down to the poor. So when they create stuff and it's going viral, you have to remember it's when they stage and create these events, it goes viral for a reason because they pushing it and they want it. They pushing it off in your face. Because if you on social media all day scrolling, whether you outside and you still on your phone on social media, whether you in your house or you still on your phone on social media scrolling, when you scrolling and all you seeing is what you seeing on social media, when you get out, it's just like on TV. If you watch too much TV, then you get out into the world, you're gonna start kind of looking at the world like that. So let's just say killings, for example. Black fatigue. Let's talk about black fatigue a little bit. How they say black people was the murderous and all this other type shit. We grapists and all this other shit, right? So we know that when they push shit like that, most of the time it's not true. Because when you look at the white statistics, the white statistics, goddamn, when you look at the white statistics, them and the violence statistics, them motherfuckers is really the leading in crime. Them motherfuckers is the leading rapists and all that shit. You feel me? Us black people, we do commit sometimes dumbass crimes for no reason. But 9 times out of 10, it's always for a reason. White people is the only ones who just go shoot up a school because they was having a bad day. White people are the only ones who go shoot up some shit and try to kill as many people as they can because there was some bullshit, because of some dumbass shit. Black people, you will never see black people doing it. You will never see a colored person doing that. Melanin, black or not, just having melanin in them. You would never see a colored person doing that unless they was sent to do that by the government or whoever else. The elite. But that we not just gonna wake up one day, write a note, and then go shoot up a goddamn school or some shit. Black people don't do that, bro. So I just want to, and I might make a whole video on black fatigue because I got some stories. I'm from Arkansas, Fort Smith, Arkansas, to be exact. So then Arkansas is a very racist country. That's where the KKK supposedly started in Harrison, Arkansas. So yeah, man. If y'all want me to talk about that, let me know in the comments. But yeah, man. So whatever they push, and they want it, and they trying to make it seem like it's something more than what it really is, it's fake. It's staged. Everything is staged. Even these Epstein files is staged and fake. They planned this. When they came over here, they came over here with a plan, and that plan is still taking effect. When the conquerors came over here, they didn't just come over here and start killing everybody with no plan, my nigga. They came with a whole plan. They still making plans till this day, and they still following plans that they have made from back then. They are 100 years plus ahead of us. They're playing chess. And then they using social media to watch and scour and watch for people and watch out as a surveillance tool type shit. So they can find people like me that's gonna spill this shit. You feel me? Because I ain't associated with them motherfuckers. So I'll find out some shit. I'm coming to YouTube with the shit. But yeah, man.
So in some ways, it's so stupid and obvious that, yeah, this is just part of the whole partisan illusion game, whatever you want to call it, the political bright, shiny thing that we're all supposed to, be talking about and staring at and arguing about. But more than that. And so
it's a control mechanism. It's a propaganda never left. It just evolved. They came out with evolution and all that shit. And Charles Darwin wasn't even the one who created that shit. His family hired a person, and then he pretty much just stole his work type shit. But they family hired a person who was over in the Galapagos Islands and all that shit, doing research, but he didn't necessarily do it, Charles Darwin. But he took somebody else's work, like they always do. Take somebody's shit, my nigga. But listen, yeah, man. When they push shit in your face, bro, don't believe it. 9 times out of 10, it's fake. Yes, it's people out here doing the shit, but it's not happening as much or as prevalent as they trying to make it seem, like the news or on social media. Social media, there is fake accounts everywhere. There's government pushed AI bot channels, all this other type of shit. People you wouldn't even know you scrolling and looking at on social media is AI. You feel me? It's you feel and not even that. This people they have agents, like an Agent Smith ass nigga. They have agents in the world to guide it and make it go how they want it to go. Like you might have an agent in your family and you don't even know it. And I put it in some of my old videos. This lady talking about how they have I forgot what she called it, but they pretty much have agents everywhere. Even you or gatekeepers, handlers. That's what she said. Even people in their family, you might have one in your family, a handler. And go watch my videos, my older videos. You'll find it. I forgot exactly which ones, but yeah, man, they everywhere. The reason you don't know who's in Freemasonry, number one, is because they keep it a secret. Number two is because they everywhere, and they all part of different organizations. Though Freemasonry is a bunch of different organizations under one bracket, so you ain't gonna know who's in what because it's different, all types of different organizations, my nigga, all types of them.
So I realize it's a distraction at best, but I was kind of reflecting.
And they all stem from ancient mystery schools. Well, they stem from that, but that listen, because I feel like we just recently had a reset. And all the reset is like what's kind of going on now. Like the French Revolution, all that shit. People finding out the truth that's been hidden, or people revolting against what the conditions that they have been put in, like the French Revolution and all that shit. And La Flank Macron, my song, something like that. La Flank Macron, my song, some shit like that. Go search that up. And it's pretty much just a bunch of, I forgot exactly, but it's people that's revolting, and they was trying to find somebody to blame it on, so they was blaming it on the Masons, because the Masons most likely was behind the shit, just like the shit that's going on today. You feel me? So, yeah, man, they've been a lot of this shit stem from ancient, back in Babylon mystery school
On it today, and I'll go like, well, maybe it's
Judaism,
more
all
than that. And I kind of started thinking about it yesterday when Richie from Boston, he put up a video and he was playing a clip from JRE with Theo Vaughn recently. I didn't actually watch the interview myself, so I was glad that he caught this with Theo Vaughn talking about it. But there was a little piece in here that jumped out at me, because I've caught Rogan saying this before.
We're better
Increasing the
than this.
population.
That's what I'm saying. We're better than this. And we
Yes.
have all this elected officials and these people that we thought were like
Manipulative
us.
sociopaths.
When
Yeah.
does that end?
My sister.
And he said, thought like us, or thought that was like us. Even Kendrick Lamar. They not like us. They not like us. That's for real. The government, the queen of England and all that shit, they is not like us. They is something different. You feel me? They is, I don't know what to call them at this point. From all the research I've done, I don't know whether to call them aliens. I don't know whether to call them, well, and alien is just something that we don't know about. You feel me? Something that's different to us, so we call it an alien. But yeah, like, but I'm saying alien as in like how they depict aliens. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Every time you hear the word alien, that will pop up in your head. That fat-headed ass gray bean, you feel me? So, or green, whatever, you feel me? So, but yeah, whether they alien, whether they some type of like parasitic worm, like off of Prometheus, you know what I'm saying? Like, but these people is definitely hybrid, mixed different shit. You
Suspicion is it ends when AI starts sorting government. We're probably going to use AI with government to prevent this kind of fuckery that we see on an everyday basis.
And so, you know, either he's really jazzed about this idea of AI taking over the government and genuinely believes that of his own accord, or this is like one of the main talking points that he's been coached into pointing to. And so that's kind of the theory.
And he said coached into, because yes, even though, okay, so let me speak over, because I was going to say this, but my mind, I gotta get better at like, because when I be doing this, or even when I be thinking, like, I just think of I put it in a song. I said, I put it in, that was one of my last songs I recorded, I believe, too, before I stopped making music. And I was just starting to drop my knowledge in it. I probably shouldn't have stopped. But I said, my mind's a gold, my information that you can't find, talking sentences but never finish it because I got a great mind. That's real shit. It's racing of ideas and I can't tame it. Leave a nigga on the pavement like a sun downtown. You better run. No Jordan Peele, but you better get out. Yeah, man. Hold on, I have bars, but no, for real though. Like my mind be rushing and I be thinking of all types of different shits and dots to connect. And when I be speaking, that's why you hear me get the stuttering doing that shit. Cause I'm trying to like, it's like my brain like a computer type shit. Like it's thinking of all different types of paths and ways I can say this shit. So I get stumbled and fumbled up on words type shit. But yeah, man, like that's what I'm trying to get better at is you know, not stumbling over my words and taming my thoughts a little bit so I can get the shit out. But I forgot where I was even going with that shit though.
Or the premise, the hypothesis that I've been pondering is the fact that there's so much, because, at this point, it's crazy how, like, I've seen this theme of, like, the Eyes Wide Shut. Oh, Eyes Wide Shut is real.
The Epstein emails show that conspiracy theorists are right. Eyes Wide Shut is real.
And so,
And they they do that on purpose. They do this on purpose. They come out. Listen, like I said, they have agents everywhere. So when shit, listen, it's YouTube. I ain't gonna say no names right now, but it's YouTubers I follow that soon as an event happens, I see they posts come up like a couple seconds to an hour later. You feel me? And I'm like, how in the hell did you already, you feel me? Because they in on this shit. You feel me? Like Marjorie Taylor Greene, whatever the fuck her name is, that just resigned. I was thinking, how can I make a video on this? But soon as it happened, like literally, the next, listen, soon as it happened, I seen some YouTubers drop a video on it. How did you, just like when Charlie Kirk died and they came out with that whole fucking supposed to be memorial, but that it was a whole goddamn show type shit. It looked like a WWE entrance. You feel me? They came out with a whole show with sparks and shit. What was it? 48 hours later? That's what, 2 days, 3 days later? How in the fuck did you plan all of that quick? It's because they already had this shit planned. They already had that whole Charlie Kirk staged event planned, right? That's how they came out with that memorial so quick. I didn't even talk about that. I talked about Erica Kirk and Charlie Kirk once on my channel. That's it. They not getting no more of my energy off that shit. Because that's all they want is your energy to harvest your energy. That's all they want. You feel me? They vampires. So when you people that stuck on these topics and can't, that first off, it is people because they bots and they sheeple, they not really woke. So they gonna follow up on these topics because it's popular, it's important. It's the the thing that's happening right now. You feel me? So they gonna follow it just because they make it think that the internet or whatever is making it seem like it's a big thing, but really it's not that big. You feel me? But so when they like, okay, so like this Charlie Kirk thing, they literally just harvesting your energy, bro. You should, and then they come out with, once it start dying down. You notice when something start dying down, they come back with it and make it, try to bring it back up. Like the David case, it was died down, and then now I don't know if it's popping back up, but I started seeing like a couple videos about this shit, so I don't know if it's gonna pop up. But supposedly he the trial started, or they locked him up, some shit going on. But you feel me? Once it start dying down, they send people to bring it back up and resurface it. You feel me? Because they want to keep, however they can keep you indoctrinated and keep you sleep and plugged into this matrix is how they gonna do it. Soon as you start waking up to the fact of something, like let's say because I believed in Christianity, but I always questioned it, even as a kid, you feel me? But I've always believed it, you know what I'm saying? So I followed it because I thought that was a thing to do, you feel me? I was pretty much forced into it, but like a cult. But so yeah, but once I started like recently getting out of this shit and figuring out what was going on, because I've been knew about everything else going on, but religion was the only thing that was keeping me held back and keeping me in fear. You feel me? Oh, I'm gonna burn in hell and all this other bullshit. You feel me? And you know what I'm saying? That's how they keep you stuck in this matrix, this reality, this monopoly fake matrix that they built. Religions, sports, celebrities, famous people, all this bullshit that don't fucking matter. This is how they keep you trapped and tapped into the reality, they reality. You feel me? So once I got out of religion, next thing you know, I started seeing shit being pushed more about Jesus. You have to love Jesus and shit, like, you know, like the They Live movie, or like the Truman Show, when he woke up and his wife was still trying to what you call it, average, or like, you know, propagandize them make a commercial about them cookies or whatever food, and she was backing up and he was walking towards her, whatever. You know, yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. I hope so. But it's like when you wake up, they push it more harder on you. You feel me? Oh, you have to really believe in Jesus. Oh, you know what I'm saying? They push more and more shit on you. And this is how they keep you stuck. As soon as you get out of, or you stop lusting, they gonna push some more lustful shit on you. You feel me? And you know, this is how they keep you. This is how they keep the perpetuation of slaves and people being indoctrinated and you know, sleep.
Almost kind of a meme with the whole Epstein thing and all the stuff coming out.
But a lot of people are starting to wake up to the fact now, and and I feel like politics played a big part on that. Politicians fucked it up their own self. We know that everything they do, it always comes back to bite them in the ass. Everything. Whether that's because the true creator and evil can't rule for long, because good, listen, the good side, the light always wins. The dark side will never, even though it may seem like they're winning right now, but it's a long-paced game. The true creator in this shit for a long time. You see, he don't always win. You feel me? So right now it seems like they winning, or bad people is winning because they all rich and they all, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, you know what I'm saying? That's bad, rich, and it seems like God, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna even get into all that. But the good side is going to always win. Just remember that. And guess what's happening right now? The good side is starting to come out, and the light is being shined on everything that was going on in this world. And the good side is starting to happen, and everybody is waking up, and it's finna be it's finna be like the French Revolution out this bitch.
What was going on with Trump and Clinton and all this? It's all this salacious, you know, it's gossip. I mean, this buries anything. You know, remember what a big deal.
But I was gonna say everything that, because I was gonna say because of MK Ultra and the LSD, they was using that in MK Ultra. Then they tried to put it, because MK Ultra, I've been saying this now in my videos, MK Ultra don't just stop in the labs, or don't just stop in them torture rooms and them mental asylums and shit, or underground, wherever they at. Even doctor places, probably, you feel me? They don't just, MK Ultra don't just stop in them labs, and you know what I'm saying? They bring that shit out to the masses. So that's what LSD and shit was, them psychoactive, psychotropic drugs. They brought that out to the public, but it backfired on their dumb ass, and it woke people up even more to what was really going on.
Deal it was with Monica Lewinsky and them.
Just like the internet. They put this shit out to control us, and as a weapon and as a tool, but guess what? It backfired on their dumb ass. And now everything that happened in the world, AI is putting it out there. AI is showing us what's going on in this world. And yes, you still have to connect the dots in a few places, or a lot of places, but the truth ain't hidden no more. They put out this shit. They put out the fucking internet to control us, and then guess what? It backfired.
The dress and all that. I mean, this is like no scandal of any politician in the past really holds a candle to the Epstein affair, because it, you know, affects people on both sides of the aisle. But also because, yeah, you're talking about trafficking of underage women and boys, I would say, obviously. And people know about the Franklin cover-up.
The other day, that whole thing is just a kickball at this point, I feel like.
Bro, have you ever seen that video of me and Tim Dillon, where Tim Dillon is laying out the scandal that took place in, like, was it the 1970s, Jamie? The Franklin scandal? Mm-mm. What year was that?
So basically what I'm wondering is, like, is the final play here to where, like, this has been brewing for decades, where people have been coming out and we've been learning about people like Kathy O'Brien and Bohemian Grove and all this stuff. Like, all this stuff that before the internet
And hold on.
You know, they could kind of control like what the public even learned about, because you just couldn't get the information out to the masses in the same way. And
Right. Okay. So that's what I just said. So they could control us more back in like the 1960s and 20s, all that shit before the internet came out. They could control us more because what they say, even still today, if you want to hide it from a Negro, put it in a book. Pretty much anybody though. A lot of people, but mainly Negroes or niggas, whatever, you know what I'm saying, black people. But that's, you know what I'm saying, that's what they say or said and still say. So, but a lot of people is reading books now and waking up, like I said, but, and really not even got to read books because the internet. So the internet played a big part in this, in what's going on. And I'm pretty sure, once again, because it's all a plan, I wouldn't be surprised if it was planned and they put this shit out. And so, you know what I'm saying? Everything is planned. So that's why I'm not struck by these events that happen anymore. Because I know it's either planned or and also it was this quote, I forgot who said it, but they said that now don't quote me all the way, but I'm gonna make my own version of it. But pretty much they said something like uh I'm gonna just skip to the end of what he said. Pretty much he said if they ain't gonna be able to tell the fake news from the real news. So they put out so much fake news, is what he's saying, that when they do start putting out the real news, we gonna be like, oh nigga, that shit ain't, that's probably fake. You feel me? But it's really true. And that's what's been going on. Because shout out industry hoax. When you go back and look at these, even now, like Erica Kirk, when she be crying and shit, what the fuck is she wiping, my nigga? What is she wiping? Ain't no tears, nothing. What is she wiping? And then she always flipping off the camera with her middle finger and shit like that when she wiping. But and showing her rings. But like Tom Brady and shit, you feel me? But man, if you go back and look at like old news clips, even then, still today, a lot of them fake ass, scripted ass, chaos agent as people, what the fuck is that? Well, damn, what else industry hosts call them? They got chaos agent, and then they got damn chaos crisis actor, a crisis actor, like in the arms of an angel. And we all know them motherfuckers. Yeah, that was crisis actors. That was all fake too. They had little kids or whoever they put in them advertisement, puppies, cats, whatever the fuck they had. They made them motherfuckers play like that shit was real. And then if you look at them, they all had most of when they was doing the African ones, and it was like send a penny a day, and they was talking about sending lotion or some shit to help ashy Africa, some shit like, I don't even know. I think that was memes. I'm pulling up some memes or some shit. But my nigga, all them motherfuckers, they was talking about sending a couple cents in a day or some shit, and that could help feed them. My nigga, they all had fat ass stomachs. They all had, you know what I'm saying? They looked like they was eating. There was crisis actors, bro.
Independently, like you can now with the internet. And of course, now they're trying to take control back of that with the digital ID, you know, and policing everyone's speech on the internet. But in order to get there, like what a perfectly, it's like poetic almost. The idea of like weaponizing, you know, the conspiracy. The conspiracy theorists were right all along, in a way.
Oh, that's what I was going to say too, though. Kathy O'Brien. She is probably pushed out there just like Candace Owens is pushed out there. Controlled opposition. They send people out just like Edward Snowden. They send these people out to fake go against the grain or act like they going against them, but they really still with them. You feel me? So they put these people out here to put the like Leo Taxu. He probably was. That was the dude that said that exposed Freemasonry, or I think that was like the first ever dude to expose Freemasonry, talking about they worshiped the devil and did all this sacrifice and shit, all that bullshit, whatever. You feel me? So, that was probably propagandized too. That was staged events because first off, it has to have polarity, the good and the bad, right? So they have to pretty much, bro. Listen, I can't get that shit out. I can't get it out like how I want to work, which that's what I got to work on too. But my nigga, this shit is staged. That's all you need to know. A lot of this shit is it's staged, my nigga. Like this black fatigue and white fatigue shit going around now. I feel like this probably got pushed out. And then they do this shit. I feel like a lot of this shit they do, even even what I'm doing, talk about conspiracy theories and shit like that. Because like you said, they push out this shit and make it seem like, you know what I'm saying, oh, the conspiracy theorist was right. When this shit been planned all along. It's people that come out and say this shit because first off, they tell them to come out and say this shit, but they don't tell them to say a whole lot. They tell them pretty much like Candace Owens. She knows more than what the fuck she's saying and putting out. But she can't say no more because that's what she got to put out there. You feel me? But I'm pretty sure she could break the internet if she wanted to with this shit. I'm pretty sure a lot of these podcasters and news people that's popping up or not even new people, but a lot of these podcasters and celebrities, even new people, throw that in there, even these new people could blow the lid on what the fuck is really going on, but they can't because this is they play this script. This is what they have. This is what they have to do. You feel me? This is what they have to do. That's why they practice. What you call it? What is that called? When you acting? Damn, what is that? I forgot. It keep on popping up at the tip of my tongue, but then I forget. But where you act on the spot. You feel me? That's why they practice that. I'm trying to think of what it's called, but where you act on the spot, like you act like you make up the words on the go. You don't read from no script. You make up the words on the go. That's why they practice this shit or that shit because they literally acting in the public. Erica Kirk, like Erica Kirk, they literally acting in public like Tupac. Now I got this video I'm finna do on Tupac, but because I have mixed, you feel me, feelings about that shit. I don't know what to think now, but I know for sure he was still in the controlled opposition. You feel me? But I don't know if he was controlled and had to follow the orders just because, you know what I'm saying, he wanted to get taken out and all that shit. But he was still letting us know shit that was going on. You feel me? Listen, I got the video coming on that. But, yeah, man. It's literally all staged. The conquerors came over here to the new world, Turtle Island, America, with a new plan, and it's still being fulfilled. Even the old plans that they have, along with the new plans that they come up with and have for future 2030. We all know this 2030 agenda that's going on. If you don't, I ain't gonna lie, I know what it is, but I forgot it exact. Oh, it's talking about own nothing. You will, like George Soros, you will own nothing and you will eat bugs and you will be happy. It's pretty much what we doing now. We don't own shit. We have to pay taxes on everything because we don't really own it. And whenever we stop paying them taxes, or whenever they want to come take the shit, they can. Like your bank account, your house, whatever, your car, my nigga. When they want to take that shit, they can. And you can't do shit about it. You might be like, yeah, I can. We can take this shit to court. We can sue, my nigga. The judges and everything is in on it too, my nigga. Look at Tory Lane's case. The judge is in on it too, my nigga.
Because, like, the thing with all this, the files, like, does anybody really believe that there's just, like, I mean, they've already made a meme out of everything. Like, oh yeah, like, there's a big binder sitting on somebody's desk in Washington, D.C., or at the FBI, or anywhere. No, they've already made a joke out of all of that. They're releasing all these emails, and so everyone now believes in them again. But in the same way that I think Elon on Musk and Doge. The whole Doge concept was that, like, oh, we need to plug AI into every department of government and penetrate the bureaucracy and eliminate all the waste, right? Which, of course, did not happen. They just shuffled the funds around to other things. They made a big spectacle out of all the woke programs that were getting funding. But in reality, if they're plugging AI into all the different departments of government, then it's the one thing that, because like how is one individual supposed to go through 20,000 emails or go through huge dumps of data or a huge server full of whatever? People can't do it. Yes, collectively on the internet, people will comb through all this stuff. But the fact that the whole country and the whole world is talking about.
Now they had however long they've been talking about this shit, like 6 years or however long, 5 years. So they had some time to go through a lot of this shit and edit it and do what they need to do. You feel me? Some of this shit, like the emails, is getting released slowly to keep y'all motherfuckers entertained on this bullshit that's going on. That they keeping y'all. It's like the Roman. It's like the Roman. The what you call it, where they used to fight the lions and shit like that. That's what sports is, where they used to fight the lions and shit. That was in the lion's den, and everybody would be around to watch. You feel me? This literally what's going on. They keep us entertained. They created, well, I ain't gonna say they created magic, but they use magic, like magic tricks like we know of today that started and stemmed from mystery schools, so-called, supposedly, but it stems from mystery schools. And because they gotta take, everything over and rewrite everything, but it stemmed from mystery schools, and that's what they used to use back in the ancient old world days to keep people, like in Babylon, Egypt, all that shit, to keep people entertained. They've been everything, even DNA, genetic manipulation. They've been knowing this shit since Babylon. That's why it's on the hieroglyphs. They've been doing this shit, knowing this shit. They just created evolution so they can make it seem like this shit went away, like slavery. Slavery didn't go away. That shit just evolutionalized. We still in it. If you going to work right now just to get some money and take care of yourself and feed your family, you're a slave. Just like what they had to do on that plantation, on that field. The only difference is they gave you a nice building and they gave you some air conditioning if you in the air conditioning. A lot of their people working in factories. If you're watching this, there's a lot of my people working in factories and shit like that. I was one of them. And you know what I'm saying? There's no air, no nothing. And even if it is, it still don't fucking work. It still be hot in the bitch. You feel me? So my nigga, bro, slavery never went away. This shit just evolutionalized. They created that shit to make shit like that seem like it went away. They made you seem like, okay, you're free. Literally, they told us we was free. So we left the plantation. A lot of us we didn't know where to start or what to do or where to begin. So we went back to being slaves and working for them. Then they created bills and shit like that and created laws to where we pretty much had to go back to the slave plantation and work anyway just to create a living. So my nigga, they've been doing this shit. You're still a slave. Ain't nothing changed. It just evolutionalized.
About this, and that this is the big, it's just pretty obvious.
You're big. They had police. That's where police come from. They had police and shit watching the fields with their dogs. The shit didn't go nowhere. Guess what? When you drive it, they made you think you got free because you was off that plantation. But you still ain't free. You still can't go any and everywhere in this world that you want to. You still can't do anything that you want to right now. You will get locked up for trying to pop some fireworks if you just wanted to pop some fireworks. Or they gonna come over here and gotta tell you stop doing that shit. Something. But something, you feel me, is gonna be something that pretty much the police gonna come. Either way it go. You feel me? So you not free, my nigga. You can't go to Antarctica if you want to. You can't go to the North Pole all the way to the middle of that motherfucker if you want to. You feel me? So, bro, they won't let you. You can't even just hop in the plane and fly around and go to Antarctica. Like, bro, Like literally, bro. We still not free. We still they just made the plantation bigger and they made the plantation the world, pretty much. You still watched by police, you still get now they put cameras up and you watch by them nigga, they putting cameras up everywhere, my nigga. Flock camera, nigga, it's gonna be like China in a second. Where where your face is getting scanned, recognized, whether it's your car, whatever, my nigga. They gonna know it's you. Whatever you do, whether it's good or bad, it's gonna raise or drop your credit score or your social score. There's cameras everywhere, bro. You're still not right now. If somebody came up to you with a camera, just recording you out of nowhere, you're gonna be like, bro, what is this nigga doing, bro? But like, what, you know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of my face, type shit. But that's what the government is doing to your ass all day. Even your phone is taking pictures of you 5 seconds, every 5 seconds. Your front camera.
That it's a big.
But you let the government do it, so why you ain't gonna let nobody else just film you, walk up on you and film you in your face? You let the government do it. You don't know, you may know what, we don't know what they're gonna do with that footage. My nigga, you don't know what the government is doing with that footage either. It's no difference. If you let the government do it, why you ain't gonna let no random do it? No stranger. Government just take money out your pockets. Let a stranger come up and just take money. Let a homeless man come up and just take some money out your pockets. He really need it. The government don't fucking need it.
Set up for something, problem, reaction, solution. And if the problem is getting to the bottom of how much does Trump really know, how much did he really, was he just hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein and not participating in the trafficking, which is kind of an absurd question. But of course, the diehard Trump supporters don't want to believe that he was actually that depraved, right? But nobody wants to believe that the depravity goes that deep on all sides and goes into JP Morgan Chase, it goes into MIT and Yale and Harvard and the House and the Senate. And in reality, the swamp is much wider and deeper and darker than anyone really wants to even imagine. And that's kind of what I keep thinking about is how, because we've kind of,
y'all don't realize how, boy, that water is murky than a bitch, boy. That water murky. Y'all don't know what's in that swamp, boy. Y'all know, but y'all don't. I don't think y'all really know. Like we know, yeah, they killing babies and stuff. Well, pretty much we know. Shit. Now we know because Epstein files, so-called because Epstein files. But a lot of us conspiracy theorists been new and been saying this shit, but y'all was looking at us like we was crazy. Now y'all want to, okay. But anyways, yeah, man. And yeah, but that shit, that water is, boy.
to see the same principle when you just think about the conspiracy kind of realm in general, when it comes to the secret societies. Like the whole idea of a secret society, I think
There's people been saying the government got trafficking rings and shit like that. No, my president wouldn't do that. My government wouldn't do no shit like that. Yeah, well, now you're figuring out that they doing some shit like that. And a lot of white people right now is mad with the government. A lot of us black people gave up on the government, especially after Obama's term. But a lot of us black people gave up on the government. We never really trusted the government. We just was going with them because, they was giving us free shit, helping us. But a lot of us didn't really never even trust the white man anyways, the government. You feel me?
You go back to the Rosicrucian manifestos where they wrote...
Even though we did, even though a lot of us believed in Christianity and all that shit, but a lot of us knew, don't trust the white man, but yet y'all still trusted his religion, is what's crazy. The only reason I was scared, well, yeah, you could say scared, but the only, okay, the only reason I followed it so long and was, I never really, so I believed it, but I always, like I said, questioned it. So the only reason I've stayed questioning is because I couldn't talk about this with nobody. You feel me? And I was kind of scared to watch the videos is what I was going to really say. I was gonna scare. I was, to watch it because they tell you anything that's not Christian, it got the Christian label on it is demonic, pretty much. Like your ancestors, your motherfucking re or just you name it. And 9 times out of 10, it's not really demonic. They just put that shit on there and say that, or that label on it and say that because they don't want you to wake up and get up out this damn matrix and figure out what's going on. Like they made so I ain't gonna go. We gonna
These weird esoteric pamphlets with all the symbol. They were recruiting people, and I think looking back over the past 15 years of following all this stuff, when you think about like how many people through the 9/11 truth.
I'm gonna just say this. I gotta say this though too. Christianity was used as a weapon. It was used as a weapon, a control mechanism. It was used as a control mechanism, a weapon to control people. And there's still a lot of people controlled, even though they woke up to the fact of what's going on. We still controlled because we just talking shit about the government, but we still not trying to let these motherfuckers know, like we the only country that get our ass whooped and just take the shit. My nigga, we the only people. Every other country will stand up for their fucking self. No, you're not bringing them chemical ass bad ingredients over here. A lot of places like McDonald's and shit like that, all in other places of the country, is not got all this badass chemicals and shit in it. Like a lot of food in the grocery stores in other places, even the UK, don't have all these fucking chemicals and shit in it like we got in our food. We the only ones who let the government just what is the word I'm looking for? We the only people that let the government just run experiments on us, pretty much. Just run experiments on us. That's all the government been doing. The Tuskegee experiment, the fucking COVID shot, bro. That's all. Bro. We the only ones who just let the government do whatever we want to us. We the only ones, bro. Even though we woke up to, a lot of us is waking up to the fact we still docile, bro. We still, they didn't put, nigga, they didn't put, nigga, shit in our food. That's why a lot of people is turning, a lot of kids and shit like that is turning gay. Number one, and because they pushing that shit before they can even learn they fucking ABCs, 1, 2, 3s. They telling them to question their gender, my nigga. Question everything in this world, everything but your goddamn gender, my nigga. Because that shit is probably the most truest thing ever. That's the most fact, bro, your gender is the most truest, the most realest thing in this world. That's it. It's either you a male or you female, bro. There's no in between. There's no outside of that. You feel me? There's no, you can get, unless you got the DNA or you got the genes to be a fucking cat or a dog, my nigga. You is not no cat or no dog, my nigga.
Movement and that kind of being when the conspiracy alternative media really started taking off in conjunction with the internet. How so many people have been sucked into the same occult belief system that the secret societies teach. And I've been talking about this for forever. And there's something about that where it's like, even though it should be transparently obvious that, like, well, if it's what the elites are, if it's a secret society, there's something wicked and dark about it, that's why they're keeping it a secret, right? But that's what also creates the allure.
And listen, if let me see, how can I put this? So I'm gonna just say this: if Freemasonry wasn't so bad, why would they keep shit a secret or change the meaning on something, but they keep the real meaning, or even they change the meaning of it? Now, listen, that's a whole. I'm gonna talk about that in another video.
And the mystery and the seductive quality of it.
But yeah, if it wasn't so bad, what is the secrets for? Like, why is y'all keeping y'all niggas even making handshakes? Like, what is all that for? What is so what What is so secret? What? I think I know. I mean, I'm pretty sure I know, but if and they got us still going around on the fake shit. They 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 probably got. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it. They probably got. I was gonna say for another video, but fuck it. They probably got remnants and that with no problem. They do got remnants and shit of the old world and technologies. But what it probably is they trying to figure out how to use it, or they are trying to recreate it. One of the two. Or they do know how to use some of this shit and figured it out, or some of the old technologies and figured it out, which is how we got some of the shit we got now. But they figured it out and they is using this shit against us. Instead of it used to be we used to have the power and could do the shit. But they using it against us now. Type shit. Yeah, that I mean, I'm pretty sure it's more than that, but I feel like that's one of the biggest things that they probably hide type shit.
It's because people naturally, want to solve the mystery. And that's what I think Epstein...
And the lower ranks, a lot of people will defend it because they in it and they in the lower ranks, and even the lower ranks probably have their own agenda that they have to push. You feel me? That they told to push, but the lower ranks definitely don't know what the ranks above it or the higher ranks know. You feel me? But they know that they still pushing an agenda probably, or they just is asleep to the fact, or they really don't know what's going on, and they being a puppet, being manipulated and pulled around, but they don't even really know it themselves. You feel me? They brainwashed as well. So yeah.
Is really being used to do to the whole world.
But the higher ups definitely know, and they pushing that agenda. They're pushing. They pretty much listen. Every organization of Freemasons, from the Knights of Templars, the Rosicrucians, the Skull and Bones, whatever you name it. Everyone serves a purpose and controls some aspect of the world. Every single one of them every single organization control an aspect of the world. You feel me?
Right, because the whole world, I mean, even though Tucker Carlson and stuff, he just did his 9/11. Like 9/11's pretty much mainstream.
And that's why you have to work up to probably get to the levels. And I'm just getting this This is it may be true, it may be not, but I feel like I'm getting this download from the true creator, because this is my first time saying this. But that's probably why this is my first time even thinking this. But that's probably why they say it's levels to it, because once you rise up to those certain aspects in life, that's when you get to go up to the other degrees, or probably the other organizations, or you get to join those as well while still being part of them other ones or some shit. You feel me?
This point, but they're not talking about it in White House press conferences and the Senate floor and every major news channel. We've kind of gone beyond that, right? Even though they're all connected, because people connect them both to Israeli intelligence and Middle Eastern wars and all that stuff, right? So it's pretty amazing that Zionism is now being put right in the middle of the New World Order, controlled exposure, the controlled demolition, the controlled narrative of who's behind it all, whether it's from the banking system, and things are just speeding up. We are right on the cusp of this digital, reset. And that's really the end game, at least from an earthly government point of view. The true end game, of course, being spiritual and eternal, and Satan wanting to destroy faith in the one true God and the one true Messiah. And so the whole point of the economic stranglehold is...
Now, I just want to put this gem out there too, for if you're watching this and you watching it this far and you are a Christian. There are two when they edited it or when they made it, whatever they did, there's two different gods in the Bible. There's the true one, the one that said all we really supposed to be doing on this earth is being fruitful and multiply. And when they said eat the meat, they said eat meat, they talking about the meat of the tree, the meat of the fruit, the flesh of the fruit, not meat from an animal, my nigga. They changed up the terms. So shout out Pushy Push, my nigga. He just dropped a video last night that I watched, and it was I can pretty much tie it in with this right now. They okay, so they old derogatory words or derogatory terms. The word bless was the word bless comes from the word blood or blood. I don't know blood. I don't know how the fuck they say it in German or old or whatever old, but it came from the word blood or old French or old. I forgot what it was. But it comes from the word blood, and then blood. But blood wasn't no good word back then. You feel me? So the word, so like let's say the word fuck or bitch or something like that. And if you don't know, the word motherfucker literally comes from the person that is fucking their mother. You feel me? That's where that from slave then. You from back then. You feel me? But that's where that word comes from. But words like our cuss words today will probably be words that they change in the future toward the next generation or the next generation or some shit of people, and it's going to be a term that is now something good. You feel me? So they're going to say some shit like, fuck you, my brother. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's going to be a good thing, though. But if we say that now, fuck you, my brother, that's going to be, nigga, you're going to be like, what? You know what I'm saying? Or, what's up, bitch ass nigga? You know what I'm saying? Or, it's gonna be some shit like that where our derogatory terms is gonna be their good word now or some shit. It's gonna be one of their good words probably. You feel? That's how they playing with this shit.
Is leverage.
And when that's talking about consecrate blood or something, there's something in the Bible talking about consecrate blood, something like that. They're talking about when they say that's talking about sacrificing somebody or something being a symbolic, sacrifice type shit or something like that. When it's talking about consecrate blood or some shit like that. Shout out Push. Go watch his channel. He break that. That's his new video. But bro, they playing chess with this shit.
Just like the whole idea of blackmail. It's just crazy how it's kind of like, yeah, in a weird way, it's like it's normalizing the idea of blackmail, and I think on a subconscious level almost, it reinforces within everyone's mind that like, oh yeah, we've all been surveilled for over 20 years probably. Like, what kind of file does the government have on every single one of us? And I'm not saying that that's even what is actually going to happen. Like, the new system is going to be like, well, we'll release your file to the world. I think it's, like I said, I think it's more of it's a subconscious kind of appeal to the sort of the guilt that everyone has, but knowing that, like, we're all guilty before God, but then wanting to see somebody like Epstein go down, or wanting to see Trump go down, or wanting to see Clinton or Obama, or it's almost like, well, if we can sacrifice them to the digital gods, then maybe they'll be appeased and we can all just get on with our lives, and maybe AI governance is a good thing. I mean, Joe Rogan obviously thinks it's a good idea, and Elon Musk is still out there talking about how because of AI and humanoid robots, we're going to eliminate poverty. I mean, it's the most...
So listen, I just got this this revelation, you feel me? This revelation, you feel me? And so he said to the AI gods, you feel me? Pretty much. So listen, Pokemon. You know how they throw the Pokeball and they capture the animal or whatever. You feel me? Now, I feel like they that's what they gonna be. That's what that transhumanism shit is. But they got some shit like that, most likely, where it can trap not necessarily you, like you're not gonna get just sucked into the ball, but maybe like your spirit. They can't. What Pokemon is probably saying on the S or the X, I think it's the exoteric. On the exoteric side, is they saying they can capture your spirit, pretty much your soul or your consciousness. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like Pokemon is symbolically referencing to.
Delusional transhumanist idiocy you could dream up.
If you say, like, in the long term, where will things end up? Long term, I don't know what long term is. Maybe it's 10, 20 years, something like that. For me, that's long term. My prediction is that work will be optional.
Optional.
Optional. So,
We'll take that.
yeah. I mean, it'll be like playing sports or a video game or something like that. If you want to work, in the same way, like you can go to the store and just buy some vegetables, or you could grow vegetables in your backyard. It's much harder to grow vegetables in your backyard, but some people still do it because they like growing vegetables. That will be what work is like, optional. It's kind of interesting. And my guess is...
He said it's a lot of... Listen, I'm just going to say this. He said it's a lot of work to grow vegetables in your backyard. Well, maybe on a large scale, but no, it's not. And then, see, this is how they get you. Like, if you look up to somebody like this, you're going to automatically side with what they say most of the time. You feel me? So this is how they get a person to believe something. You feel me? And a lot of us believe that now. Nigga, I'm not gonna grow my own food. I'm not gonna raise my own that shit. I'm gonna let somebody else do it. You know what I'm saying? When really we need to be doing it. Because with a factory, you don't know it's a factory. They making food on the assembly line. Bro, do you know rats and all that shit? Rat legs, flies, nigga, that shit is on the assembly line. Food made in a fucking industrial setting, bro. For my people who worked in factories and shit or in the industrial setting, we know that a lot of them machines do not be fucking clean. Because people that work the machine, a lot of the times when you work a machine after the job, you gotta clean it. Or after work, they gonna let you stop a little early so you get to clean the machines out and make it, so it don't fuck up the machines. A lot of people don't do that shit, or they half-ass do it. So the machines, after a year, 2, 3 years, nigga, it'll be a brand new machine they just put off into the damn warehouse or whatever. You feel me? And then that motherfucker fucked up again. Sensors broke on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? All types of shit. The bristles and the brush, if it's going through like a line and you know what I'm saying? The brush system, if it's on a conveyor line, you feel shit, it's always something going wrong because people ain't taking care of the shit. Number one, because we not getting paid enough to even be doing that shit. Then we already be tired and ready to go the fuck home. So a lot of, I used to clean the hell out of my shit. And you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, nigga. I'm gonna keep G100. Nigga, I was out there, XO. Nigga, you feel me? So I was in that motherfucking geek, nigga. I was pretty much running around the building type shit. Not running for real, but you know what I'm saying? I'd be doing shit fast as fuck. You feel me? So, nigga, and not even if I wasn't on them, that's just how I work, bro. I'm just a good worker. But them shit's really, you know what I'm saying? That boosted me up. You feel me? But anyways, yeah, bro, like, nigga, it would just be a whole lot more easier if everybody grew their own shit. That way we ain't even got to worry about if there is going to be a food shortage or not because everybody growing some shit. So if you need this one, guess what? I can drive out down here to Old Hank or whatever and get, you know what I'm saying, some strawberries if I want some strawberries and I'm not growing them. Or whatever the case may be. You feel me? And then if he wants whatever I'm growing, we can swap that shit out. That's how money used to work. It was bartering. That's all money is bartering. But now it's something that is equivalent that everybody has. So everybody can't have a piece of the pie. Eventually, the pie is going to all be gone. If you bringing in more and more people into a system where it's only so much pie or so much food, whatever, you feel me? Money, let's say money, because I'm really speaking on money, but so much money, it's only so much money circulating. So if you bringing in more people and more people is being born, we just gonna get more and more in debt because we're gonna have to take more and more money from the banks or wherever we get the money. I forgot where we get the Federal Reserve, whatever, when we get the money or whatever, when we print it in the banks, because a lot of banks print the shit. But listen, whatever the case may be, we just gonna go more into debt because we have to bring more money in. So everybody can't be a fucking millionaire. I'm sorry to say, everybody can't. You feel me? Everybody can't be a millionaire because if everybody had $1 million, then $1 million would be the new broke. Because now they have to make some more money, and then the people that's up there at $1 million, don't want to be the same as you, so they're gonna have to come up with they're gonna have to go to the new bracket, and they're gonna be taking even more money. It's a hamster wheel, bro. That shit is a never-ending cycle, and it's not even never ending. Like you can't get out of it. It's just digging a deeper and deeper hole. I think it's only been 1 or 2 times that the president. Listen, this video gonna be long as fuck, but if you rocking with it, hey, fuck it. But listen, it's only been 2 times that we have paid off the national debt or the country's debt, America's debt, and guess what? We back off in it every time. This is how it's designed to be. Everybody can't be a millionaire. I'm sorry to say. But that's how this system works. If you want something different, well, guess what we got to do? Stand up and fight for something different. And I'm not saying really fight like a damn battlefield or some shit, but my nigga, something, stop paying taxes, something, my nigga. A lot of us already owe taxes anyways. A lot of us still pay them because we scared. Oh, they gonna lock me up. Oh, what I gonna do? Oh, you know what I'm saying? Nigga. And guess what? You don't want to do this? Well, guess what? They gonna keep on doing whatever the fuck they doing to you, my nigga. Because you're not gonna fucking defend yourself. Just like a bully. You're not gonna let no fucking bully keep bullying you because you know he gonna just keep on fucking bullying you. Until you throw swings back and let them know, nigga, you're not gonna keep on doing this shit, my nigga.
And if you go out long enough, assuming there's a continued improvement in AI and robotics, which this seems likely, the money will stop being relevant at some point in the future. Currency becomes irrelevant.
It already is, low key.
But AI and humanoid robots.
Money is only relevant because people is making it relevant. Money is only worth something because we believe it's worth something. The moment we stop believing that this money, this piece of paper is fucking worth something, that's the moment it's going to fall. That's the moment it don't matter. Bitcoin is only going to be worth something because we make it worth something. A rock, nigga, they could be tossing around rocks right now saying this bitch writing or engraving $1, $2, whatever the fuck on that motherfucker. And whatever we believe that value, that rock motherfucker is to be, like diamonds, my nigga, that's a fucking rock. Whatever we believe this value to be is what it's going to be, my nigga. Because that's what we believe it to be. That's what belief is. And that's what they brought up on you. That's what they brought up on us, bro. Our ancestors didn't believe in shit. They knew. If they didn't know, they didn't know. But they didn't say, well, I believe. It's either they knew or they was going to find out how, my nigga. And how did she go? And then they go, no. You feel me? They didn't say, I believe. They knew.
Will actually eliminate.
I don't have to believe in no Jesus. I don't have to believe in God. Like the church said, I know there's a God. You feel me? I know there's a true creator because, first off, just look at the fucking world. When you in nature, bro. It's this channel called the POV channel and Desert Drifters or some shit like that. And they just go around in random places on Google Maps and wherever it may be, whether it's Grand Canyon, whether it's a forest, whatever, my nigga. They going. If it's a random place that look interesting, they going, they gonna film it. You feel me? It don't matter. They're gonna climb up some. They're gonna climb up some shit and go to whatever they gotta do. But the world is fucking beautiful. That's how I know something. There's a true creator. Now I ain't saying it's the God of the Bible at all, because yeah, that was a control mechanism, and a lot of us is still being controlled by it. But a lot of people is waking up too, that and learning that was the white man's one of the white man's weapon. They came with a sword and a Bible and a sword in one hand and a Bible in the other hand. My nigga.
Eliminate poverty. And Tesla won't be the only one that makes them. I think Tesla will pioneer this, but there will be many other companies that make humanoid robots. But there is only basically one way to make everyone wealthy, and that is AI and robotics.
And again, it's like, does he really believe this, or is this just what, he was put in place to be a prophet for? It kind of doesn't really matter. Who even knows, like, how genuine he is? But
And listen, if I work at a company, I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all are starting to hear this term everywhere now. But if I work at a company and I'm like the owner or some shit, and I made the plans for the next 100 years, and I told you in the next 12 years there's gonna be a car that can do all types of incredible shit. Then you wait the 12 years and it come, and then you're gonna be like, oh, this nigga was a prophet. No, I knew what the fuck was going on because I wrote that shit out, or I revised the plan, or edited over the plan, or whatever that was gonna happen when it happened. You feel me? That's what's going on. It's a plan. It's a script that's going on. It's a play that's being ran on us.
I hate to break it to you, but I don't think that AI and robotics is going to we're not going to live in the Jetsons world where
I don't know if they coming out with a new Hunger Games, but I've been seeing the Hunger Games as an ad lately, and that's literally they trying to tell you something. When they pushing it out to the world, they telling you something. They trying to tell us, nigga, this shit is like the Hunger Games. But instead of being in that small forest, nigga, that shit is the whole world. Wherever you at, watching this shit. It's not just in that small forest. Just like MK Ultra, just don't stop in them labs and laboratories, man. It's people that's literally, nigga, this shit is literally like the Hunger Games, bro. And it's people getting powerful people, elite people that's getting the kick out of watching people die and shit like that. You know they sacrifice people. Listen to them scream, bro. I couldn't even imagine doing that shit, bro. But you know how far they can go. So why the fuck would you think they gonna care about your ass? Let's just be real here.
Robots do.
That would, nigga. I ain't gonna even say that, but nigga, they don't listen. I'm just gonna say this though. They don't give a fuck about you. That's just nigga. They out here sacrificing babies and kids and whoever, my nigga, animals and anything and everything, my nigga. What you think they gonna care about you for? The only thing they care about is them dead fucking presidents on that piece of fucking paper, so they can control the whole world. But he said, now I was gonna say Elon Musk was trying to make that shit, what he was saying, sound all good. But nigga, whatever they push, they make it sound good, and then it always end up coming back to bite us in the ass. But we always hopefully we could overcome this shit. But somehow we always overcome this shit and figure out. And nigga, yeah, because that's the divine in us, that true creator's fire within us. Nigga, they not gonna let that shit keep on going on, bro.
Oh, you're dry cleaning and you're cooking, and we all just get paid to sit around and stare at our screens, I guess. Prompting. We're gonna have AI prompt careers. What a joke. I freaking hate AI. Hopefully you do too. It's so weird to be like, I was talking to a friend the other day about how
I fucking hate AI. Nigga, I'ma keep it G100. I fucking hate AI, bro. All these AI fake ass sword videos going around and shit. And people is really fucking entertained by them. I know it's mostly kids, but if your grown ass is really entertained by them sword videos.
they're like, yeah, we were hating AI before it was cool. We can officially say that. We were hating
Michael Jackson running around eating, stealing chicken and shit. Bro, they mocking us right in our fucking face. Sword, them videos with Tupac and all that shit, Michael Jackson running around and all them, nigga, that wasn't nothing but they advertisement for Sword, so people could go be like, oh, you can do this shit with this shit. Oh, I'm finna go, you know what I'm saying? And people was really paying to go make AI fucking videos, bro. But that shit wasn't nothing but advertisement, so they could push out this shit. There wasn't nobody that just the Sword got released and then the very next day somebody was on that shit making a video putting that shit out, or soon as Sword got released and videos was going around like that. It's because that was the advertisement.
On AI 10 years ago, before it was even really here.
Or propaganda.
And now it's here, and I definitely hate it. I hate everything about it. And there's things about AI that I never even imagined that you would hate. But it's like everything we thought it would be, but dumber and just more insulting to the human experience than you ever thought possible. But it's that slippery slope where you just normalize it and people just get... I mean, dude, it's been kind of depressing, honestly. Because even, my homies on No Agenda, which I've been listening to since 2020 or so. And it's like, it just starts out as like a bit. Oh, let's ask the robot. Make fun of the robot voice and the stupid AI banter that it does. And yeah, it's just a joke. It's just
It's videos of people going around like with the robot, because it's now robots walking around people's city. I guess they be delivering shit. I don't know what they be doing. But people is walking up and fucking with the robots, pushing it down or hitting it in the back of the head and shit like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about, bro. Them videos is everywhere. If you ain't seen it, I'm pretty sure eventually you will. But it's going to pop up on your feed, your algorithm eventually. But my nigga, people is over there fucking with the robots and shit. I seen the... Never mind, that was in the movie Prometheus. I think not in Prometheus, but Outside the Wire or some shit like that, where them soldiers was in the camp and they was punching that robot in the back of the head and shit like that. Them soldiers was at that camp, and then they came over there and the black dude that was half robot and shit, or half cyborg, he was yelling at them and telling them, what y'all do? It was some shit like that. But people is really like doing that shit in real life. They punching and playing around with the robots that's walking around on the street.
Experiment, but then, once you're doing it like every show and every podcast, then it's like it's not a bit anymore. Now you're just teaching people to just ask the computer, ask the AI. And oh yeah, we can use it for show art and end of show mixes, and why fight it?
And I ain't gonna lie, I ain't never used AI for nothing. Well, okay, to make a couple of my logos for my trucking business that I was doing or was starting up to do. But actually, I did start it. I just needed the insurance on the truck and to get a truck. But anyways, that's the only thing. Now I'm starting to make AI thumbnails for my YouTube video, because goddamn it, everybody doing it. So I might as well do it now to compete too. But nigga, now I don't know if I'm gonna do it with all the videos, but I'm gonna do it for some definitely. We'll see. I don't know, but I don't even like the way the thumbnails come out anyways. Maybe there's different ones you can use and get different looks and, stat. I don't know. But my nigga, I'm not used to that shit, and I really don't even want to get used to it, because that's how they push this bullshit upon us and they don't make us take the medicine by forcing it down our throat. They hide it in the food. You feel me? They make us take this bad shit in the form of convenience, like Apple Pay, credit cards, shit like that. And then all they did was further us into the agenda of getting like China and social scores, and where we can scan with our wrists now and shit. Scan and pay for shit with our damn body part, my nigga. That's all that shit was getting. It was just pushing us closer to the New World Order, the New World Agenda.
It's really disappointing, man. I mean, it's in the grand scheme of things, it's like whatever. It's a podcast, but it's been hard to like stomach lately, because it's like you got your
even iPhones. I'm pretty sure these people is literally racing to compete to come up with the product that's going to further us into this agenda that they got. So iPhones, or they pick and choose who they want or what people to invent this stuff and come out with it and be the face of the product or whatever. Okay, or the company of the product, well, you know, shit like that. But so iPhone with Steve Jobs, and then they killed him off, and you know, then they took over, and now you know what I'm saying, we're getting what we get today with our phone. But it's all a plan. If you can get what I'm saying, it's all a plan, bro. They put people out here, or businesses or companies, whatever, to do this. And then once it's done, they kill them off or take it or some shit, like Nikola Tesla and shit like that.
Cell phone in a drawer, but you're talking to the AI?
Because if you don't know, Nikola Tesla was working with Donald Trump's uncle, and when he died, Donald Trump's or it was some shit like that. But I know for sure when Nikola Tesla died, Donald Trump's uncle took all the patents and all his work and shit like that or something. It was some shit like that.
That makes sense to me. You gotta draw the line somewhere. If you can't even, like, not talk to the computer, then how are you gonna deal with even more difficult choices that are, like, right around the corner? That, yeah. So, you know, I'm not trying to, like, shame anybody. It's not about, like, okay, if you've been talking to the AI programs, the bots, that you've committed some unforgivable sin, or you need to stop. I'll just say that. Like, if you've been getting sucked down to that slippery slope and getting seduced by the convenience of it, that's how all this stuff has worked, right? That's how everything has been sold. Every component of our digital enslavement has been through convenience. But now I think, yeah, with Epstein, I don't know. It's just speculation.
What I just say, everything that is made to enslave us, they give it to us in a convenience type shit.
But because, like, what human can really get to the bottom of all this? Because I think it's convoluted on purpose. I think it's all been built up and just, it's, you know, oh, it was a Democrat hoax, and now then it wasn't even, you know, it wasn't even real, and now it is real, and now the gaslighting has been off the charts. But I think that to that effect where it's,
and what I say about the news, he said, oh, it ain't real, oh, it is real. What I say about the news, they said some shit now where, or they saying some shit now to where they ain't gonna, or it was that quote, not saying it was that quote where they said they be released so much. It's pretty much like the boy who cried wolf. They released so much fake news. The boy tricked the people so many times and said and cried out and fake cried and all that shit to the people so much that when it was true, they didn't even want to believe it no more. They didn't even believe it. Just like the news. Now it's a lot of real shit that's kind of being pushed out, but we don't even really want to believe the news no more because when it first was made, they was pushing out fake shit, so much fake shit, and even up till recently, or you know what I'm saying, even still probably till this day. But it was so much fake shit that now we just can't even really trust it no more. So when they do tell us the real shit, we just gonna be like, oh nigga, whatever, fuck that shit. It's probably fake. You know what I'm saying?
like, people just want to know. I mean, this has kind of been the MO with everything. Like, America, since Roswell, JFK, the files. Show us the files. Show us what's in Area 51. Show us. We want to know. You know, they've been cultivating this in the movies and in pop culture for decades. They've been doing that with, like, you know, with the UFO topic, false flags, all of that stuff. But with the Epstein, it's like that final level. It's that eyes wide shut level that everyone's kind of horrified by, but at the same time, they're intrigued by it and they're curious. And the Diddy parties were part of that too. The whole Diddy thing was like, oh yeah, this is really... Everyone knows it's a thing now. But to what end is all this being exposed without actually anybody going to jail? I mean, supposedly Epstein died in prison, but I mean, supposedly Charlie Kirk died at the university, and yet there was like CGI chairs going through the table and all kinds of, you know, there's so much weird stuff that's like pinning it all on the Mossad or whatever. It's like, well, who created all that? Who created Israel and the Mossad? And that's the other thing about No Agenda that's weird, where they're North Sea Nexus theory is like, yeah, okay, it's just getting weird. It's almost like they're kind of recreating their own like QAnon kind of narratives, where it's like everything is just Britain. The New World Order is Britain, and it's like, okay, well, which, yeah, I don't know. I'm not trying to just rant about No Agenda, but having listened to them for almost like 5 years now, pretty much every show, it's like, where did this come from? For whatever reason, they are definitely caught in the paradigm of they don't want to say anything against Zionism, because to criticize Zionism is Jew hate. I don't know if that's just a boomer thing, where they're coming from. So yeah, they do have an agenda. They say they're not. It's called No Agenda, but they believe that the Venezuelan...
Their agenda is called No Agenda. That's in the fucking agenda.
drug boats are actually... It's about drugs going to Europe. It's like America versus the North.
Oh yeah, that drug boat shit, so-called, where they blowing up boats that's on the water, that's something like that. If you ain't heard about it, it's something going... they tossing around on the news about when they blowing up boats and shit like that, drug boats or some shit, or bad, listen, that shit, bro, it's all shit to just keep you trapped in this matrix.
See Nexus, America versus the...
And when I say matrix, not the whole world, the conquerors, the people who enslaved our ancestors and indigenous ancestors, the people who came over here with the plan, the conquerors, bro. And then it's other people as well, because it was a race to who could conquer more land over here in the New World, the Americas. Spain, the Spaniards, Assyrians, or what the mustache man called them, the Aryan race, the Assyrians, that's what it's called, but he called it Aryan, but the Assyrian race, the Jews, my nigga, the Jews, listen, the Jews, they all, even Africans, my nigga, because Africans was doing this shit too. Even our people, indigenous American Indians, yes, the indigenous people of America, even some of our people was selling us out. But nigga, slavery didn't just stop at the white people. Since slavery, everybody was doing it, bro. Everybody was a slave, and there has been a slave, and every race has done it. You feel me? But a lot of the shit that the Europeans is doing came from the Africans. The Africans was crucial with the shit. We think the white people was bad. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of the shit where the white people get it from is from the Africans. Some of the shit that they do enslave or do with enslaved people. But bro, yeah, man, this shit go deep. I don't know if I want to keep on going. Listen. I'm gonna keep on.
Brits, it's just the weird. Like, what are they talking about? So I don't know. I've been trying not to be disappointed, but because a lot of people listen to that podcast, and it felt like they were going closer to really getting it on a bigger picture level. And they know a lot of stuff about a lot of things, but it's kind of like, can't see the forest for the trees at this point, and it's really getting really hard to listen to. So I don't know. I wasn't really meaning to rant about that, but it's been on my mind. And it's weird with all this hype about Epstein and release the files and it's like no one's really calling for, why did Steve Bannon do that like 12-hour interview with him like right before he got arrested? And like that's just been memory hold. And what the heck was Steve Bannon doing even talking to Epstein, talking about basically transhumanism? I mean, that would be an interesting, but all these people, dude, all these people are part of the same big club, and it's totally beyond nation states. I guess that's the thing that it's made me realize, is that like it's kind of no different than believing that the right and the left and the Republicans versus the Democrats is really a thing. Once you understand that these globalist, indoctrinated, Luciferians The satanic pedophiles don't believe in sovereign nations or in borders or countries, or any of that. Like, they stopped a long time ago. And I don't know, maybe that's just what the Zionism, are you loyal? Are you America first or are you Israel first? Well, that's a false dialectic. That's a false, they don't believe in either of those things. If they do believe in them, it's on some esoteric level that is not in the way that you or I think of countries. It's interesting to think of Zionism as just a different way of framing globalism, a different way of describing dominionism through a specific framework that has all this, baggage attached to it, which makes it more divisive and more of a hot potato. But it's just the same basic idea of creating a one world system with the oligarchs, the technocrats ruling it all. But then it's like you break down transhumanism to its most basic components. It's all the same thing. Fascism, corporatism, it's all one world system, and there's a bunch of useless eaters that we got to get rid of. So we're going to push AI and robotics and then be like, oh, look, we're going to pretend like all the robots just replaced everybody. So I guess you're all useless eaters now. When in fact, I don't think that AI and robotics is really going to replace anything. I mean, so far it hasn't really proved to be able to replace humans on really much of any level unless you're talking about, basic call center type things. But even then, I'd rather still talk to a human being, obviously.
Bro, I hate that they introducing these AI chat bots when you need help with something, or just AI answering the phone and then you tell them what's going on, or I don't even talk to everybody. I just straight up say agent every time, or representative. You feel me? Every time, because I'm not dealing with that fuck. I don't even want to, bro. I don't even want to deal with this shit. Just give me a real person, bro, and preferably in America, not nobody overseas and shit like that. And motherfuckers don't even be understanding you half the time. You say this is what's going on, but then they misinterpreting you and telling you this whole other solution that you're not even talking about. Nigga, listen, that shit. And then the only reason they get people overseas to do that shit is because they can pay them lower than what they pay people over here. You feel me? So listen. To even be a millionaire, to even have more than $1 million, to even try to do that shit, you gotta be a cutthroat, crucial, cold-hearted motherfucker to do that shit. Your heart gotta be, I got an icebox where my heart used to be. Nigga, you gotta be Omarion out this motherfucker, nigga. I'm so cold. Nigga, okay, you gotta be Omarion out this bitch. You gotta have an icebox heart, nigga, like for real, bro. Or who the fuck was it? I think it was on Marion, but not gonna, yeah, bro. Like for real, to even because bro, every corporation has poisoned the world somehow. Tire companies is poison the water overseas. I'm pretty sure even here, nigga. Like listen, bro. To even you some shit you gonna have to